All right, so we open with the heifer in the lab and they waking her up and bringing her hearing back. She tells them about the chittering from the baby alien. And she nor the billionaire want to stop it. The billionaire wants to talk to the aliens and control them, and she just wants to know why she was chosen. So they ask her to recreate the sound, and she's like, how? And he says, well, you figured out how to hack that security system. You could use your voice as a Bluetooth. And so she shares with them the chittering. However, I told you he was going to cause strife amongst them kids, and he tell one of them, you might be able to speak French, but you can't do that. And she just look at him. She's the one that wants to be the favorite. Then the brother pipe up that she needs some rest, and everybody kind of agree. So he's like, all right, I'm outnumbered. I'll let her rest. And that scene ends with the billionaire guy saying to one of his flunkies, keep the brother on, but make him work for us. Meanwhile, I want to keep studying these xenomorphs because I don't want to end up being eaten by one. I can understand that. Next scene, we get the brother and the sister in her boudoir. And she's still mentally 11, so she's been drawing a lot, or maybe 8, and showing him the pictures she drawn. We find out she doesn't sleep, she just charges. And I'm like, how does that affect the human psyche? We're not meant to just keep going and going. Like that brain would need sleep, even though it's not human. She asks if he's upset that she wanted to hear the aliens. And 'cause I played dead. In the next scene, we've got the spy kid talking to the cyborg in his head. And they have a villain and hero conversation when he's in his head, and foolishly, he gets his real name out of him, and we know he's going to use that against him later. Because this cyborg know how to manipulate a child. He tell him, I need you to get me an egg, one of them alien eggs. And he's like, I can't do that. But how can you steal from a thief? They stole the eggs from me. Again, that 8-year-old mentality. So in the very next scene, we got the guy with the white hair. That's the billionaire's flunky, not the bald billionaire's flunky that just told him to be careful about them xenomorphs, saying if he would rat him out if he did something wrong. So he says he would stand up for his friends. In the next scene, we see that Krang-looking alien attack a goat and, kind of possess it, and it's got high intelligence. Child, that eye gouged the eye out and implant itself as the eye. It was real gross. I can't put no pictures of that up. It would be considered gore. Child, that sheep tried to walk on both legs. Who remembers cloning Dolly? Next scene, we've got the 2 doctors that are kind of over Wendy running out of the facility, not running, but walking fast, having a little ponderosa. We find out they're married. He, however, doesn't want to keep going with these experiments because he said it's not science and we're bringing alien species on Earth. The wife is like, it's a multinational corporation. We can do things at once. He said either we've got a bunch of AIs running around thinking they're human, or we killed 6 kids. They were on their way out anyway. You didn't kill them. But that is the question of what is life? Because that seems like AI with memories. He said we need to make plans for when this shit's the bed. Your man got a point. You too trusting, heifer. Oh God, now one of them AI come to him and says, I'm pregnant. Without a trace of irony. Pregnant. And she got that Blanca. It's giving me, I'm Janice, I'm Nora, and I'm Eunice. That's what that is giving. Bronx is looking at me like, what is wrong with you? So they're like, that's big news. Let's have a sit down. So next scene in her office where they're chatting, not chittering. She asked, do you know how babies are made? God brings them. On some level, but you need a little egg, little sperm, little uterus, a fallopian tube, maybe 2, a cervix. You need a cervix. She said, yeah, but Jesus didn't need none of that. Jesus didn't need none of that. What about Jesus? She looks at her, you baby abomination. What you know about Jesus? So she go to show her a diagram, and she like, I want to look at that and kick it down. It's a girl, I think. Honey. So she asks her what happens at the tower, and she don't want to talk about it. And we flash back, and that alien Krang thing had touched her, so maybe it impregnated her. But she's not human, so like a roach, it could just be hanging out in the back of a TV. Then she's like, well, those creatures can't hurt you. They're all locked up. And this girl flies across the room. I said stop talking! And this is like a super machine. So this woman's like, oh, God, she gonna kill me. She gonna kill me. But she calmed down. So she make her some tea and push a silent alarm. And the girl, and she's like, oh, I forgot I had a meeting with somebody else. These guys will help you back to your room. And she tell them, don't let her out. Don't let them out. And she tell them guys, don't let her out. Now we got the brother meeting with the ball flunky. And the ball flunky's telling him, look, we gave you a lung, so you gonna work for us forever, but we need you to tell us if that's really your sister. They let him know, look, your sister is ours. We own her. She is a prototype for a transhuman product that will allow human immortality. She ain't going home. Trans! Oh, I could see them Republicans now campaigning for trans human rights. Oh, yeah. Once it's transhuman, then they'll get on board. Oh, yeah. They'll be switching bodies and pussies. Trans! And at the end of the scene, when he leaves and agrees, he sees that his whole squad is working there. So I guess they're going to be who helps him bust his sister out. The next scene, we've got Boy Cavalier, the billionaire, and Wendy in the living room. That's what I'm going to call that oval room, the living room. So the billionaire asked her, when you were fighting the alien, was it more like fighting pirates or Indians? Native Americans. Really? We're 3,000 years in the future and we're still using racist and outdated terms? Then he says, well, wait, no, you fought the crocodile from Peter Pan, the crocodile. He asks what the aliens are saying and dismisses her brother. She says, well, you shouldn't have cut him open. And he said, well, they do the same to us, so why not? And he got a point. They do not discriminate. They are equal. They are eater opportunity. They're going to eat your ass. Or burl. I don't want no burl. He keep whining about the damn brother. I don't want the brother here. The brother. She tell him he should send the aliens back. He's like, no, let's send the brother back. Why'd you totally want the aliens? That's what I want to know. He said, well, the others don't get to have brothers. He didn't come visit you when you were 6, so now we've got the manipulate of the child mind. So I'll let you keep him if you help me translate the alien lingo. And she agrees. Next scene. We got that damn sheep again. And the 2 lab people, the white-haired guy, and one of the kids that's really interested in science. And in this scene, he renames himself Isaac after Isaac Newton. However, Singh comes in trying to steal that egg. He ain't good at getting into the lab. Isaac asks him what you need from the lab, and he's like, So he run off to go for a walk and goes out to contact the cyborg. However, the cyborg's like, look, I'm here with your mama waiting on your brothers. Give me that egg. However, while this conversation between them is going on, we got white hair apparently overhearing it because they can hear everything that Singh is saying. I don't know if they can hear the cyborg, but they can hear Singh. So the cyborg tell him, you gonna get a person to get in front of that alien and sneak their ass out to me, and that'll get the egg I need. Yeah, white hair hearing the whole plan. Next scene, we got white hair looking at the eggs, and he touches one and gets some of its saliva on its hands. Then we cut to the kids playing games and the brothers there. The kids is talking about how they can upload books into their heads. And this heifer asks him about the 5. And he tell her, okay, well, there's 5 companies that kind of run things like government now. So now Singh come in and say, why your brother here? We don't get brothers. Then Wendy tell him he being rude. He's like, you're not the boss of us. I'm the oldest. So they like, we should demand our families. The other ones are like, no, we like it here. So we see who Singh gonna sacrifice. It's that brother. He just got a new lung. As night falls on the island, we cut over to the old lung where the creature was incubated. And Wendy looking at it, and she calling to it. Chittering, Halloween chittering, chittering. The brother looking at his scar, wondering what he is, and we see what looks like white hair looking at him from outside. Nope, it's Singh. It's Singh. And over it all, we hear the chittering. So as Wendy sits in front of this lung like it's a lava lamp in the 70s, the alien starts busting loose. Just from the lung, though, not the glass enclosure. And we see the white hair guy watching her. Oh, wait, no, it does break free from the glass enclosure. Oh, my God. Baby penis alien. Why it gotta look so panetic? Panetic. It looks so panetic. It looks panetic. I'm not even gonna say phallic. That's panetic. Panetic. It's not a word, but it is now. Panetic. When phallic isn't enough. It's slithering and squirming. Oh God, she making friends with it. Of course a white woman would make friends with it. I'm glad white hair got the same look we got. What the hell? Why are you cuddling with it? And that's where the shit ends. And join me tonight at 9 p.m. for the introduction of the new book in the reading club, Black AF History, a New York Times bestseller. I'll see you live on Patreon. So tell a kin, tell a friend, tell that heifer you hate. She needs to know.